Hello there folks and welcome back to the Conquering the Euro save on Football Manager 2021 with Everton today. It's episode 4 of season 7 and a chance to get possibly top of the group in the Champions League. We play against Barcelona. We welcome them to the BMD Stadium, of course, under Ronald Koeman, who they've been under since the start. So he's had a long run at Barcelona, and then after that we've got a home game against Reading in the Premier League. And the good news is we are still in this title race, a very open title race. There are only 7 points between the top 6. You can see Sheffield United have had a very good start. They're on 22 points after 13 games. I don't know who's in charge there. Eddie Howe's in charge, so he's doing as well as he's ever done. Let's have a quick look at who they've played against. I mean, they've had no big scalps apart from beating Chelsea 1-0. They beat, I'm saying no big scalps. They beat Arsenal 4-1. Who cares about Arsenal though? But they've lost 5-2 to Man City. To be fair, only narrowly to Liverpool. They don't look a bad side, so they might well be one to watch. Leeds United up there as well. They've got a game in hand, and if they win that, they go third. So some very unusual teams in this title. The likes of Liverpool and Man City are a long way back, and Tottenham are absolutely well out of it. And Leicester, another concerning start to their year. I think they only just got out of it last year. Yeah, they finished 14th. They did well to finish 14th last season. But interesting. We are in this title race, but we're doing our best to try and muck it up for ourselves. We really are. The last time you guys saw me was quite a while back now. We played the Manchester United and Celtic matches, and we've not been doing too badly since. We'll go through the games. We beat Newcastle 2-0 comfortably. At home, that's not really one worth talking about. We then had our first loss at the BMD Stadium, which was a bit of a head-scratcher. We lost 2-0 to Leicester, that Leicester, in the fourth round of the Cup. And I've said before, we are jinxed when it comes to the Cups, and I guess we are. Again, I'll hold my hands up. It was a bit of a weakened squad. It wasn't the classic starting 11. You can see we started Josh Hope, Hamilton Sierra, we put Lorenzo in the midfield, we started Michael TL, but a very good side that really we should have beat Leicester with, but they beat us 2-0. We then played with a full-strength side and only just beat them away from home at the King Power, and the result looks a lot worse, I suppose, than it actually was, because we were 4-1 up at half-time. But we did our best to bottle it towards the end, luckily walked away with 3 points. Then we went to Celtic Park and destroyed Celtic, which, again, Ends only hopes that Celtic will be brilliant in the Premier League. We beat them 3-0 at home and 4-0 away. We then went and lost to Leeds United. Again, a very off-colour game. Again, at home. It's interesting that our away form has actually been better than our home form this year, but something's not clicking. And again, against Blackburn, you'd expect to beat Blackburn. We were 1-0 up, courtesy of a good goal from Hamilton Sierra. Then they scored 2 goals in quick succession, and we were on for our second defeat in a row. Luckily, Hamilton Sierra scored a goal in the 95th minute to get us a point. But if you look at the league table, we've dropped 4 points, which we really shouldn't have dropped over the last 2 games. And if we hadn't have dropped those, we'd have been sitting pretty at the top of the league by a point. But ultimately, it's not about the what-ifs. It's not about, well, what if this happens? We can only change what we can do now. And I think really in the Premier League, it's vital. We have to go and beat Reading. We really do. Because if we don't do that, then we might as well call our time over. We've then got Villa, which should be a victory. But we've got this run of Chelsea, Arsenal and Man City. And I personally see us slipping up somewhere in that run. So in the Champions League, after 2 wins against Celtic, you can see we're comfortably ahead of Ajax. We're 5 points ahead of them with 6 to play for, which means if we beat Barcelona today, we do qualify for the next round. If we lose against Barcelona today, and basically if Ajax fail to win today, we are through to the next round. But it'd be a really good way to get through to go and beat Barcelona. We were only narrowly beaten at the Nou Camp by 2-1. So the lineup for this game is our best squad, I would argue. The only one player that's out is Lorenzo. He's not had a great season so far, whereas Alex Iwobi has had a really good season. 7.18 average rate, and you can see our attackers have done well. To be fair, the average rate of our defence is good. I think the problem stems potentially when we're not playing our classic 11 or maybe sort of 12 or 13 or 14 players. We seem to be losing against the weaker sides when we are being complacent and playing some of our lesser players. So it might be something that is worth looking at, but it's very tricky not to rotate, ultimately. That's why some of these big teams, the classic top 6, that's why they have such deep squads, particularly Manchester United in real life. That's where my team, Liverpool, have struggled, and you might look at that with a grimace and go, how on earth is he managing Everton as a Liverpool fan? But yeah, we'll go past that and just pretend that never happened. We've had a good run though in the Champions League. Admittedly, I thought Ajax would have been better than they have been. we've effectively got it through the group just by beating them. But it's not all over yet. If Ajax can beat us and beat Celtic, which can quite easily happen, they might well get through. But if we can beat Barcelona today, it's in our own hands. I can't see it happening, but I guess you just never know. I've gone way too quick with the highlights, so I'll slow things down a bit. We've got a counter-attack here. Deji Satona shoots. I'll tell you what, it was very close to beating Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Really was. We've got one unhappy player in the squad, which is about right. Cascow, who wanted first team football when he came into the club. And to be brutally honest, how on earth could we drop Jordan Pickford? He gets a 7 out of 10 at least every single game. And Cascow, I guess, isn't as good as what we thought he would be. I think that comes down probably to the fact that he hasn't played much for us. I accept that. But you can't not pick Pickford. So the only solace is that if we are to sell him, we should be able to get about 25 million for him, which is pretty much double. We paid 14 million for him, so we're definitely going to make a transfer profit, which is good news if he does leave the club. But back to the game then, we've had a pretty good start. It seems we've had the better of Barcelona here. We've definitely had a few attacks. And Deji Satona very nearly makes it 1-0. Real chance for Everton, as it says at the bottom there. But I've gone attacking. We like to go attacking at home. The problem isn't the attack, and I don't think it ever has been. The problem at the moment, which has never really been a problem, is the defence. We seem to be conceding a lot. We're sort of midway in the league in terms of goals conceded. We've conceded 18 in the league, which is 10th. Now, I guess we have a bit of a buy from that we conceded 6 against Man United. We're 1-0 up. What a goal from Robin van den Berg. No problem with our goal scorers. 11 goals already for Robin this season. He is turned into a real star for us. And I think that I was a bit worried. I don't like spending money of this amount. We've paid 91 million for the kid. But every time he scores a goal, every time it works, it just shows how worthwhile it was spending the money on him. We've got clubs like Inter Milan interested, but I think if we can do well and potentially win the league this year, then why would you want to go, why would he want to go elsewhere? And ultimately, if he wants to go elsewhere, then they've got to pay 3 figures. Does that work? How many is it? 8? 8 figures, I suppose it is. 9? Is it a 9-figure sum? $1 million is 7. So yeah, they'd have to play a 9-figure sum. Doesn't quite sit right. I tell you what, we've very much had the better of Barcelona here. We've had less possession, but my God, we've done a lot more with it. Our XG has been far higher. 8 shots, I think 4 of those on target. We've been really good here. Van den Berg puts it back to Godfrey. Godfrey to Sakaria, puts it through to Nelson Van den Berg again. Van den Berg. Is anyone going to have a shot? Sakaria puts it to Nelson. Nelson to Iwobi. Have a shot, man. Barcelona on the counter-attack now. Esposito, not Despacito. I hated that song. Esposito out on the wing. Puts it in. Oh, very nearly 1 each. But the first real chance for Barcelona of the match, you have to say. It begs the question, this is what started to annoy me with Liverpool at some points, was that how can you go and beat Barcelona and then draw with Blackburn? And that is no disrespect to Blackburn at all. But I don't really think I have to explain myself there. You know exactly what I mean. We should really be taking our superiority and leading by 2 here, in my opinion. We are doing really well. Getting up amongst the Barcelona defenders. And this could be it. Satona gets tackled but wins the ball back. But Barcelona have got the ball back. This could be a counter-attack then. But no. Larios wins it back. They're struggling to get it out of the half. Apart from when Juan Larios plays a very disputable ball. And now they've got a counter-attack. He hoofs a shot into Sebastiano Esposito. Really making the most of the O's in his name. And he makes it 1 each. And that isn't good enough. It was Juan Larios' pass that started that off. It's going to be alright though, because Celtic are beating Ajax as it stands. So a draw, a loss, whatever happens here, is good enough. But we are playing very well against this Barcelona side. So we have to be credited for that. And really, we should be ahead. I don't think our style of attacking play has hurt us at all this season. We just need to be more clinical. Because we'll be winning games more then rather than drawing them. And, it's happy days. And we could take it to the likes of Barcelona and PSG, which we couldn't do last year. But again, we played well against them. It was just the case that you are going to concede 2 or 3 some days. But if you've got the attacking prowess to back it up, it's very much we'll score more than you rather than, just nicking 1 and hoping we get a clean sheet. But a real bad defensive mistake from Barca. It was a tough angle for Robin to get to there. But it is very much 50-50. It is. Possession-wise, 49-51. Our XG is higher than Barca. This one could very much go either way. But given our XG, you would suggest we should be ahead. But it's the other way round. It's the other way round. It's always one or the other, isn't it, with FM? You're either playing dreadfully and you're nicking games, or you're playing really well, and like this, you're playing really well and something's not quite clicking. Can it start to click here? Livramento, can he make something happen? Livramento shoots straight at the keeper. I don't know whether to put shoot on sight on. I don't think we do, because if we've been doing that, we have some outrageous shots and they're just pointless. We're going to bring Lewis Bate off because he's absolutely knackered. We're going to bring Lorenzo on for him as a Mazzala. We're going to make it a double change. We're going to bring Sam Atkinson on for Reece Nelson, who hasn't had his finest hour in this match against Barca. So we might as well go attacking. It looks like Ajax aren't going to be able to get a win. Celtic are now beating Ajax, so for Ajax to take it to the last day, it is going to require 3 points from them. Celtic are ahead. Wow. Almeida, Larios on the wing. Come on, Larios, make something happen. Sakaria. Larios puts it into the box for Vandenberg. He makes it 2 each. Great stuff. Can we now go and win the game? Because, well, if we don't, it's very much a dead rubber against Ajax, which is fine for me, but I would love to go and potentially finish top of the group, which, if we go and beat Barca here, we only need to go and beat Ajax. When I say we only need to go and beat Ajax, but I think that's something we can do. So we might as well throw the kitchen sink at this one, because it looks like Ajax aren't going to do anything. They're losing. As I said, they need a win to take it to the last day. I don't think anything's going to happen here. I've put a few shoot on sight instructions on. We've got a few minutes to go here. De Jong with the free kick. Alexander Isaac puts it in the back of our net, but it's okay because he's offside. But I don't know how to take this. We've conceded 2 against Barcelona. We conceded 6 against Manchester United, for context. I guess it's conceding less against the lesser teams, the likes of your Blackburns and Readings, that's going to help us out. Then we can afford to concede a few more against your Manchester United. But we could have a chance here. Lorenzo still, I know it is shoot on side, but don't shoot. But at least pass from there, make an opening. Because it is end-to-end stuff now. And if Barcelona take this, I will be a bit gutted. And good save from Jordan Pickford. Very good save from Pickford. Few seconds to go here. Satona's going to go off the pitch, so we go down to 10 men, but that's okay, as long as we can survive. I mean, Barcelona are in no rush to take that kick, and that to me is a sign of how threatening we are. You know, that just shows respect for your opponent, really does. For Barcelona to grind out a draw here really shows how much they respect us. Solken, Sakaria, can we make something happen in the last minute? Almeida. Livramento, can we at least get it in the box once more? What can Livramento do? Atkinson still hoofs it in. Oh, not quite, but we're showing good promise. Sakaria, back across. Looks like it could be game over. It is. You know, I'll applaud that. I will applaud that, because we took the game to one of the best European sides in the world. All right, we didn't win, but it took a screamer from their striker. But the main thing is, which I haven't really discussed, although Ajax got a 93rd minute winner, we have qualified for the first knockout round for the 2nd year in a row with a game to go. And that is really good to see. And there is a very slim chance, if Celtic do their classic meme and decide to go and draw against Barcelona, we can still finish first in the group, but I very much doubt that will happen. But a great game. We get 800,000 for that draw. That will certainly help. Robin Vandenberg was brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Livramento is going to get 1 match ban, which doesn't really help. That's for the Champions League itself. But I'll be back in a second, and hopefully we can do a bit better than that. I mean, that was against Barcelona. Barcelona and Reading, you know, no real comparison, but we could do winning this because we haven't had any wins so far in November just yet. Just the one change then for the game against Reading. We have put Sam Atkinson in place of Deji Satona, who is quite tired, as you can see. He's not quite at physical, what's the word? Ultimate physical condition. So we've put Nelson out on the left and Atkinson on the right. And this just goes with what I want to do ultimately, of playing the first 11 or the first 12 or 13 players at least for most of these games. Because it's clear that maybe playing some of our depth players, some of our players that maybe aren't as good as the rest, it is hurting us in terms of the Premier League. And every game, especially the likes of these, against the likes of Reading, Blackburn and Leeds. I know Leeds are playing very well at the moment, but those are games we should be doing very, very well in. I've also gone attacking today rather than positive. So hopefully we can bring home the bacon against Reading, who have started fairly well, a newly promoted side. They're sort of in that relegation battle just slightly, but they're not doing badly at all. 16 points from 14 games. They're doing adequately, but let's hope we can stop them from adding any more points to that total today. Reece Nelson loses the ball. Oh dear, I don't even know how to pronounce that name. He shoots. It's well wide. It's a name I'm sure that'll be forgettable very, very quickly. One of their players had to go off injured, which is never nice, but let's see how we get on. A very quiet game so far, but hopefully we can take first blood, or else I get very, very nervous that we could drop some more points. Pickford with the ball. Puts it out to Godfrey. I don't like this playing out from the back stuff. I don't like it in real life, but it's something you seemingly have to do these days because everybody else does it. Rodriguez across to Lissy. Hume, I mean, they're playing decent football here, Reading are, but we should really be a bit more pressing, which is what the aim is, and we do play gegenpress football. Liverpool's woes are going to increase, I see, because they're losing to Watford, who are now on the same amount of points as them. Very drab first half. I'm going to say I'm not happy with what I've seen from the team. It's only fair to get them going. Fair to say, though, I probably have brought the wrong game back to show you guys. Reece Nelson for 6.2. Might be bringing him off very soon to bring somebody else on, because that just isn't good enough. Reading don't seem very attacking, though, it has to be said. They're I don't blame them here, coming to our stadium and settling for a draw. I just think if we drop points again, it starts the bad form drive and we get all worried. One of their players has been sent off, though, which should give us the 3 points, you would think. But then, again, you get the whole crap of, well, I don't know, was that good enough? Blah, 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 blah. Did we only win it because of the red card? But we've got to win it first. And we have brought Reece Nelson off, who's having a particularly poor day. And we've brought Hamilton Sierra on. We've put our Wobie out to the left. Can we make the advantage? Bait into the box. You could tell I thought that was in. I really did. I thought that was in. I think it would be wise for us to go very attacking. Surely with one man more, we can do it. And Dennis Sakari with his first goal of the season. A good assist from Hamilton Sierra. We're going to just call him Hamilton because Sierra takes far too long to get it. But a good throw-in from the kickoff from Livramento and a good header there from Hamilton. And Sakari finishes it off. We've got to get the 3 points today to keep up with the teams around us. And if we can't, especially with Reading going down to 10 men, that would be a massive failure on our part. I mean, going very attacking might be a bit too risky, but given they've got 10 men, if we can't hold out, that would be disappointing. And it would be also a good chance to get a clean sheet here. Larios. Hamilton on the ball, puts it to Atkinson. Surely this is 2-0. He shoots. It's 2-0. It's Sam Atkinson's first goal of the season. He's not been used as much as he has been in the past. We're going to make a few substitutions here just to rest some players for some future fixtures. We'll put Pat Meyer in place of Lewis Bate. We'll swap those two around. And then we will bring a Wobie off for... We'll put Hamilton out on the left and we'll bring... Who do we bring on there? I should have put Kenneth Taylor on the bench because he can play there. I guess we put Robin on, don't we? Yeah, we'll do a bit of jiggery pokery here. We'll bring a Wobie off. Put Robin Vandenberg there. That kind of works. And we'll put Josh Hope on. That makes about the most sense it could possibly. 2-0, as it says at the bottom. That should wrap up the win for Everton, albeit maybe influenced by the red card. I think we would have got there in the end, but this just helps our goal difference out, especially if we can get a few more here. Atkinson on the edge of the box. Not quite the sort of shot you'd be expecting, and something that hopefully we don't see too much more of. But if you don't buy a ticket, as they say, you'll never win the raffle. Please make sure we get a clean sheet today. I really don't want to concede. Pickford hoofs the ball out. Larios. Hamilton. We are really making our superiority seen here. Pat Meyer puts it across to Sam Atkinson. Sam Atkinson in the box now. Puts it across. Hamilton. 3-0. Boom. In fact, I am going to be greedy. I am going to be very, very attacking because I don't see the harm in doing so. We'll pass it into space. Don't really think we need to play out of defence. Higher lines all round. Let's just... I mean, it might be cheeky and it might be going more attacking to shed a few more goals. I don't know, but if we can get 1 or 2 here, it just helps out the goal difference. Man United is 32. We're not going to be anywhere near that, but it is 12 now, and with a few more goals, it wouldn't do us too badly. But it does potentially open up this sort of chance for Reading to have a counter-attack. But that's the risk, certainly in this case, I'm willing to take. Kirby on the ball, shoots, fairly tame shot. We've got that one covered. A few minutes to go. Looks like it's going to be a 3-0 victory. A very comfortable one at that. As I said, albeit probably influenced by the red card. But as I say, in any game that we play, you can only play against who you're against. You can only take on who you're up against, the competition. And a very good win for us. 3-0. Very good stuff. And we stay up there. 3 points behind Manchester United, but very much still in the title race. And Liverpool lose 3-2 to Watford. Their woes just continue. And they have to look backwards rather than forwards, you have to say. They're now 9 points off the top 4. They're only 5 away from the bottom 3. I'm sure it won't get that bad for them, but you never know. You never know. It's been a strange start to the season. We are going to come back, I think, fairly quickly. I'm not going to bother coming back for that Ajax game now, which was a tempter if we didn't get through, but seeing as we're through, it's effectively a dead rubber. I think we have to come back for this double here against Chelsea and Arsenal. So only 2 games in between episodes, but after that, I think we'll probably go on quite a long run because we've got Norwich, Southampton, Sheffield United, Watford and Bournemouth. We've got some big games around about February, but in the January period, we'll probably have a bit of an extended break. I want to show you something before we go, though. It looks like Viviani's going to leave the club. He's not happy with his playing time. He's a decent player, but with Bates, Sakaria and others playing regularly, we just can't get him into the squad. So it looks like he's going to go for £7.5 million. Club signing for £3 million. He's made over 100 appearances, and you know that looks pretty good to me. However, we got recommended this boy by one of our scouts. He looks good. Midfielder. We said we needed a star midfielder, and he looks like one. Really does. £18 million from Real Madrid. Played 15 games for them in the Ligue last year. I know it's easy to get a 7 rating when you're tearing up the league with Real Madrid, but looks a very solid player. 23 years of age, at least 3.5 stars. Has the potential to potentially go up to 4, but he's a solid player. And, you know, I think he can only improve in the future. So a signing of £18 million, effectively a replacement for Viviani at 11 million. With a player that's that good, I think he's pretty good. And there we go. We've already gone to 7th best in terms of goals conceded. We are at, how many? We're at, hang on, against 18. You can see that, you know, we're in and around sides. I mean, Man United have done really well. But if you say that you knock off the 6 we conceded against Manchester United, and things aren't all that bad. We're 4th in that run. And then we're 2nd for the amount of goals scored. We have got goal scoring potential. And if we keep going how we are, yes, we dropped a few points against Blackburn and Leeds. But if we leave that in the past and try and go on a good run now, we should have a good chance. We really should this year. We've assembled a good squad and hopefully we can go on a title-winning run. If you enjoyed that, though, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment your thoughts as well. And remember to subscribe for regular Foot Manager content on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday. Thank you for your company today, folks. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye for now.